Welcome back to the Flip class. Today we're going to look at some tables, talk about functions, and then also talk about graphing functions. But, you guessed it, brain teaser time. Alright, an electric train is heading north at 65 miles per hour. The wind is blowing east at 40 miles per hour. Which direction is the train's smoke blowing? Okay, think about that one very carefully. Let's jump into tables and functions. Okay, what you're seeing is a table. Now I could put a top and a bottom on it, make it look a little nicer. There we go. You're seeing a table. Okay, we have an input, which is x, and an output. 3 goes in, there's an equation, 6 comes out. 4 goes in, you have an equation, 8 comes out. Okay, you get the idea. This one's very simple, but we can figure y is 2 times x, right? Because 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 2 is 8, 5 times 2 is 10, all right? So we know that, in this case, our function, which is the rule that relates two quantities so that each input value corresponds exactly to one output, which basically saying it's the rule that gets you from here to here, is, in this case, 2x. Okay? So y, in this case, is 12. Is that the same as 2x? 2 times 6? It is. Okay? 7 times 2 is 14. So now if we had to solve for this blank space, y equals 2x. We know that x in this case is 10. 2 times 10 is 20. Okay, that's what a function is. It's that rule that gets you from x to y, that gets you from your input to your output. Okay, now we can also graph functions, okay? And that can show us several things, and we'll talk more about that in class, but right now I just want to show you how to do it, okay? So what we have here is we have our table, and you'll see that our function is 2x plus 1. So if we start with x is negative 1, 2 times negative 1, I'll write it here, 2 times negative 1 for x, plus 1. Okay, we have to do the multiplication first. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, plus 1. Our y is negative 1. Okay, 0. 2 times 0 plus 1. Well, 2 times 0, of course, is 0. Plus 1, we have positive 1. Well, what if we have x equals 1? Then we have 2 times 1 plus 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. Okay, now that we've filled out our table, we've used our function to fill out the table, we can actually graph this. Because as you'll notice, we do have an x and a y. So our x and y numbers become our x and y axis. They become our coordinates. Okay, so we have negative 1, negative 1. We have 0, positive 1, and we have 1 and 3. Okay, let's go ahead and graph those. Negative 1, negative 1. Okay, we go back 1 and down 1. 0, positive 1, it's going to be here. And then 1, 3. It's going to be right here. What do you notice about that? Now, obviously, my drawing on the screen here is not the perfect way to do this, but what do you notice? If you said that, well, hey, those are kind of in a line, they form a line. Yeah, we're graphing our function, okay? And if we were to use other numbers here for our x, and we got other numbers here for our y, we know that, and again, these are not the perfect drawings, but you know, our other numbers would all be on this same line, because this line would go on and on in both directions. Okay, that's all I have for right now, but we're going to work more on this in class next time I see you. Can't wait. See you then.